Alright, welcome back to Creation Gaming. I'm sorry for the huge break, just been really busy, haven't had a lot going on. Didn't really have any fun packs to open, but we are going to come in with this play booster box of Tarkir Dragonstorm today. I will make a full video release for YouTube like normal, and then I do plan on breaking the booster packs down, probably 2 at a time or so for TikTok, because the shorter content seems to do a lot better. So wish me luck with this box. I'm going to start out by doing as many as I can in one break, and hopefully I can everything goes well and I can split these into shorter videos. I do plan on taking a break after the first, 6 or so packs. I want to make sure that everything's orienting right, and I'll do a couple test uploads to make sure it looks right. The last couple videos, they've all been, crooked, out of focus. I realized I had it on 9x16, one of the previous videos, and they all looked horrible, so I just didn't upload them. So I did miss an upload, but that's going to be okay. I didn't want it really hard to watch. I didn't want to put up bad quality videos. So hopefully this will turn out a lot better. Wish me luck, and here we go. Apologize if I have band-aids on my hands. I just got done putting a brand new basketball hoop and stuff for my children up, and a couple of the bolts got me while I was putting it together, so I do apologize for that, but hopefully it's not a problem with this. I'm going to go ahead and open all this up. I'm going to go ahead and pull out all these packages. Scan here to discover the coolest cards. I like that, how they kind of tell you what to look for and what kind of cool stuff's in the set. So I'm going to pull these all off to the side here. And I believe there's 30 in a box. Now, they used to have 36 back in the day. I'm not sure what set they started to put less booster packs in, probably a few sets ago. I started playing around Unlimited and kind of played throughout the sets. After the Urza's Legacy was done, I gave it up for a while, started getting a little older working. But getting back into it, I actually play a lot of online. On Magic the Gathering Arena. I do prefer to do drafts over Standard, but Standard's pretty fun too. Haven't really had the time to go play Commander, but I'd love to get into that someday as well. But to the pack openings, wish me luck, and if you like this channel, please like and subscribe, and I'll see if I can get some more content coming up as we go. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and start with I'm going to slide these packs over a little bit just so I have some room, and we'll just use the left stack. So I'll slide one into frame here, and we'll just start going from this first stack here. I do have some sleeves and top loaders off to the side just in case we pull some alternate art or an Ugin, or if we pull anything fun. So we'll see what we get. Like I said, after about 6 packs, I'm going to go ahead and take a break just to make sure everything's looking right. So we're starting off with the Goblin token here. Looks like they put that on the back. That's pretty neat. And then I'm going to go through the commons and stuff pretty quick. If I run by any that are pretty crazy, I'll let you know. But not too much in this set. A lot of really fun things. Like you can get Ghost Fires of these and foils. A lot of really cool cards in this set. Okay, so we got the Mardu Siegebreaker for our first rare here. So I'm just going to go ahead and maybe I can put the rare stack up here. And then it looks like we got a little foil leopard. Pretty cool. I'm going to set the bulk off to the side here. We go for pack number 2. Haven't actually opened the play boosters. I've only seen the collector's packs, so these are pretty neat so far. Okay, got my token. I'll set that off to the side. A lot of these cards are so fun for draft too. Like this set is super fun to draft. If you guys haven't done it yet, you get a chance. Go into a shop or go on to MTG Arena and do a draft of this. It's super fun. Alright, the Sibzig Ceremony, pretty cool. Kind of a crazy card. It looks like people want to try to maybe use it for commander decks or something. It might be usable in Standard too. I guess we'll see what happens. And we got a double foil. Don't know how often you get that. That's got a symbol in it. I don't know if they call that something. I know there's like Master Balls and stuff in Pokemon. Not 100% sure what that is. Got a little Devotee, and we got one of the new common tap lands. Jungle Hollow, black green. Very neat. Put this off to the side. Pack number 3. Kind of need everything. This box is pretty much starting my play set for this set, so I'll take anything from the commons to the rares. I'm going to need it all to get a playset going. So, Champion of Doosan, pretty cool Force You Trample for 3 mana. Sorry if I accidentally leak some of these cards. I'm not trying to here. Just trying to find a way to pull these. Rakshasa Bargain. Some of these are super fun. Okay, I got a Zergo, Thunder's Decree. This is one of the new mobilized guys. I don't know if you've seen the deck. It uses Elspeth, and it uses a bunch of other stuff in Zergo, and it uses actually this banner guy I just got earlier too that rallies the troops and has mobilized 2 on him, and a guy that prevents people from casting spells on your turn so nothing can get countered. Very fun card. There's alternate arts for this. I honestly love this picture itself. Some of the alternate arts are kind of goofy, but they're probably more sought after. Very cool card. Alright, it looks like we got a alternate art Dragonfire Blade here. This is actually pretty neat too, hexproof for monocolored. So because this set has so many monocolors, when you get this in draft, really powerful because you end up being able to move this Dragonfire Blade for very, very cheap amounts here. And then we just got an extra basic tap land there. So maybe keep these fanned out so you can take an eye on them there. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more packs before I take the first break. Opening kind of goofy, that's okay. Put the soldier token off to the side here. Got the Piercing Exhale, Snow Melt Stag, Stormplane, Seas, Sand Skidder, Watcher of the Wayside, Wingspan, Frontline Rush. This is another one of the cards that are being used in the mobilized decks. Very cool card. Summons 2 creatures or gives something +X/+X for the amount of creatures you have. These are the new triple tap lands. Very cool. They come in tapped, but they provide triple color value, and it's the colors of all the clans. So there's Mardu, Jexai, and 3 other ones, Abzan, Mardu, and this provides the colors for the entire clan. So these are actually very cool. Strategic Betrayal, and we got a Surak, Elusive Hunter. Can't be countered, trample. When a creature you control or a spell you control becomes a target of a spell or ability, you get to draw a card. That's pretty good. So you're paying 3 for a 4/3 that can't be countered and has trample, and gives you draw cards if someone tries to target it. Very cool. All right, it looks like we got a double rare in this pack. I got a Meringue River Regent, which is an alternate art, and this is the one that bounces permanents when it comes into play, and it has Omen. So what Omen is you can either play the card for its casting cost and have a 6/7 flyer with this ability, or you can pay this cost and cast it as an Omen. So it's going to be either an instant or a sorcery, and it says Omen. And you do this effect, so you would draw 3 cards and discard a card, and then you shuffle this back into your library. So you end up being able to draw it again or search for it. So if you have 4 mana and you need the cards more, you can go ahead and cast this, put it back in your deck, and then later still draw the dragon. So very cool card. I kind of like the Omens. Some of them are really powerful and some aren't, but this is a pretty decent card, and I think this bounce is great in draft if you can ever afford to play it. So getting a double rare there, very cool. And we got a Glacial Dragon Hunt. This is actually pretty fun too, really neat card. Reveal a card, deals damage, cost 2, and Harmonize. If you're not familiar with Harmonize, you pretty much pay this casting cost and you can play it from your graveyard. And what Harmonize does is you can tap a creature. So let's say you have a 4/4, and it will pay 4 colorless towards the casting cost of the card. I believe if you tap a creature for the color, nope, it just does. It looks like it just does colorless. It doesn't remove that. And then you exile it from the graveyard after you harmonize. So you can play it once and then replay it again by tapping a creature plus that cost, or just paying the full cost. Very neat. Then we got another little tappy land. Alright, last pack. I'm going to take a break, edit these, get these uploaded, and make sure they all don't look goofy like the rest of my videos that I released because I forgot to check them before I put them out. And then I will be back to do the rest of the packs, hopefully tonight still. I'd love to get through this box, get it all sorted, put it away in binders. Alright. Well, we got an art series. Very cool. I'm not honestly sure what this is. Sorry I didn't have it in camera. Not 100% sure what this is. Do I flip it? Oh, very cool. It's just a little picture. Okay. Looks like there's a bunch of them. Not sure if these are collectible or not, but just going to go ahead and put that with the rest of the cards over here. Maybe you just get that instead of a token. Yeah. Get the Bell Ringer, the Tempest Hawk, Caustic Exhale, Looks like you get foil cards in every pack now, if I remember from seeing that on the front of the box, so that's pretty neat. This card's going to be crazy. So you put this in play, you reveal, you exile cards from the top of your library until you get a non-land card that costs 8 or less, and then you can play it for free. And if you don't feel like playing the card, you just put it into your hand. And then whenever you play a dragon, it bounces back to your hand. So you can put a whole bunch of really high cost cards into your hand or into your deck and just keep playing this and playing cheap dragons or finding a way to put dragons in play and bouncing this. I actually played against a really good draft deck that used a couple of these, and it was pretty insane. Pretty cool deck. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, we got Lion Weight, new battle card for Tricolor. Got a Boulder-born Dragon. This is the new artifact guy. Just has Flying Vigilance. Whenever he attacks, Surveil 1. Kind of neat, but pretty costly for a 3/3 compared to what else is in the set. Frostcliff Siege. This card's really good. Anytime your guys deal damage, draw a card. Creatures you control get trample and haste. So the way these sieges work is when it comes into play, you choose one. You can pick Jexai or you can pick Temur, and then you get the ability just for that clan. You don't get both, so you'd have to pick one or the other. So you could use this same card in a deck where you're just trying to get manipulation from drawing cards, and you can also use it to get the +1 and have trample and haste for like a beat deck. Speed deck, damage deck, rush deck, whatever you want to call it. Alright, we got Devoted Duelist. A little cool card. Play him. It's got haste on him. Very cool. Play a second. So Flurry, whenever you play a second card for the turn, it does the effect on the card. So like this card, when you cast your second spell, this card deals 1 damage to each opponent. There's a bunch of these Flurry cards in the set, and they'll probably be used with a bunch of combo decks or decks that play at least 2 spells a turn. It's pretty weird, though, that after the second spell, it doesn't do anything. I'm not sure if it triggers if you keep casting past that. Like, is it every second spell or just the first second spell? I'm assuming just the second. But pretty neat, but there's a lot of cards in the set like that. And basic land. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, get some editing done, and then I will be back after everything's cleaned up for the rest of the packs. Thank you for watching again. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Maybe a couple comments would be great too. I would like to start streaming some Magic the Gathering online, maybe do live drafts. I've been going 5-2, 6-1. I've been doing pretty well on drafts, so if anyone's interested in seeing drafts, I would love to start playing some streams and drafting on there. We do sports cards, collectible card games on this channel, so I would like to do a little bit of everything. But yeah, leave your input and I'd be very thankful. Thank you very much, and I will be back. Bye-bye. Alright, everything looked pretty good on the first one. Figured out a way to flip it the way I needed to. I'm going to go ahead and continue with the rest of the pack openings here. I opened 5 in the last break. I'm going to try to finish the whole rest of the box. I do have, I don't know if you can see them, but I do still have about 25 packs to open in this box. So I am going to go ahead and get going. I got extra sleeves up. So this is going to be pack number 6. Okay, we got the monk. Oh, that's just the token. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and set those in the start a little junk pile over here. And it looks like the back 2 cards aren't the rare, so I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. We got the Scoured Barons here. And we have the Champion of Doosan. We're going to go ahead and get through these pretty quick here. Alright, it looks like we got the new blue land. This is actually going to be pretty neat, including in standard and a lot of formats, because you can pay a blue, tap it, and then the next spell you cast can't be countered. This is going to be really good if there's a lot of control decks, including if you're playing Commander and you're playing versus a lot of people. This could stop Force of Will. This could stop all sorts of stuff that stop people's combos from going off. So this is actually really cool. Adds a blue, and it's only if you have a mountain or a forest. So if you do have lands that count as multiples, this is very easy to use. Very cool card. Next pack. It's going to be pack number 7. Alright, we got the best token. That's a dragon token, of course. All these dragons with the omens are very cool. I like to see new mechanics like that. They may have had something in the past, but I did take quite a break from this game, so I'm not too sure. Ooh, that one looks like it's got some... I don't know if you can see that. You see that? Looks like it might have like damage on the card. Maybe a printing error or something. That's not good. Hopefully none of the good cards are like that. Okay, we got a Kishla Village. Another one of those lands with special abilities, except this one has Surveil 2 for 4. That's kind of neat. Alright. Then we just got a Constrictor Sage and one of these Scoured Barrens. Alright, this is going to be pack number 8. We got the monk token again. Okay, we got the Parination. This is crazy. Returns a permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a hexproof counter and indestructible on it. So they finally kill something they've been needing to, and you play this and nothing can really happen to it. Normally they'd be able to exile it, but because it can't be targeted anymore because of the hexproof counter, can't do that, and then it can't be killed by damage either. So it's going to be pretty hard to remove stuff that this happens to. You have to make sure this just never goes off. Alright, we got a Coordinated Maneuver. This card is actually pretty neat. And we got a Jungle Hollow. Let's leave this up and we're going to keep moving. Kind of curious to see. Actually, I wonder if that... I don't think that other dragon that I got earlier was double-sided, was it? I don't think this is one of them. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, some of these dragons are double-sided. Maybe it's just all the Omen dragons and I think Ugin. But you have the adult version on this side, and then you have the baby version of the dragon on this side. And it's actually just for some of the dragons. I think just the Omen and Ugin and maybe some of the legendary ones. But I think it's each one of these, the rare ones. But pretty neat. So if you get a dragon, check the backside. You might actually have one with the other. It's the exact same card, does the exact same thing. They just look different, so you get to pick which picture you like the most. Pretty neat on that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put these rares back and get to the next pack here. I believe this is pack number 9. So we're almost a third of the way through the box. Like I said, they have 30 packs now, not 36 like they used to. Not sure when that changed, but it was a while ago. Collector boxes, I believe, have 10 booster packs, but they come with a whole different line of cards you can get. Oh, a treasure token. Look at that. Do you guys see that? I don't know. Let me see if I can get the light on it. Yeah, there you go. A little damage at the top. That's not good. Hopefully nothing good got nicked on there. That'd be no good at all. Yeah, let's see what we get. Try to hold the cards a little better so you can't see the card coming up. It's alright if you do a little bit. I don't mind. And we got the Dragonologist. It's going to be a pretty cool card. Very, very fun. You're going to be able to look up an instant, a sorcery, or a dragon card and put it in your hand. Yeah, very neat. And it looks like we got one of the Riling Dawnbreakers. See, this is a common version, I don't think. Yeah, see, these don't have the backs. I'm pretty sure it's just the rares that have the backs. So we're going to go ahead and sleeve up our rare from this pack. And I'm going to move on. Pack number 10. Goblin token. Okay, we have the Awaken the Honored Dead. Destroy target non-land permanent, mill 3 cards, and then you may discard a card. When you do, return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Pretty fun effect on that. And we got a Karsai Revenant. This guy's actually really cool. So he's flying, death touch, and lifelink. 3/3 for 3, which is already pretty nuts, right? Getting 3 abilities on a 3/3 for 3, including when they're flying. And when he's in the graveyard, you can pay that cost, and you can take his abilities, the flying, death touch, and lifelink, and put a counter on any creature you already have in control. So that's pretty insane. So he's not only a valuable 3/3 already because of all his abilities, but then you can give all of his abilities to any creature you own as a counter for 3 mana. So crazy card. Probably going to see this in standard. I can't imagine you won't. Very cool card to get. I will definitely take both of those rares. Very, very neat. It's kind of weird seeing 2 rares in a pack, but I'm not sure how that counts. I don't know if the foil card just doesn't count as the rare. Like you just get a foil card, and if it's a rare, then you get 2. Not sure. If anybody knows, go ahead and throw it in the comments below. I'd love to know. Okay, gonna start on the next stack of 10 here. I guess I could slide it over in the frame a little bit. And I got one more after that. So we're gonna have quite a bit of videos coming out for TikTok. Gonna try to do 1 pack a piece. Looks like I had a couple people saying the videos were too long last time. They were like 2-3 minute videos. So I'm going to try to cut them back a little more and just do quicker ones and more releases for TikTok. And then I'll try to do just a bulk video with all of it at once and post that on YouTube. So if you don't want to watch 30 individual videos, you can just go on there, put it on 2x, watch it on YouTube. Let me know if you need anything changed or you're interested in any other games too. I pretty much do sports, collectible card games. Pretty much just been doing sports. This is my first time doing Magic. We are into Pokemon, but the craze right now is kind of insane. It's really just not valuable or worth it. So we've been kind of skipping out on Pokemon a little bit. Alright, let's see. I'll try to start running through these a little quicker now that we've gone through a lot of the abilities and the commons and everything. There's really not a ton to see on them. Got a Uranai, the Song Unending. He's going to be pretty neat. He's really good in draft. He might be really good if you bring him back from your graveyard for like graveyard decks. Pretty cool. Or if you can just pull him into play somehow. Does a lot of damage if you have land in play. And we got a Kintry Nurture and a Rugged Highlands. Alright, I believe this is pack number 12. If I'm not mistaken. I believe so. Oh, that one didn't open at all. Alright. This one have no token? Oh, there it is. Token's just on the other side. I opened it backwards. Sorry about that. Truths, Wildly, Teamer, Tempest Hawk. Okay, we got a Revival of the Ancestors. One of the new sagas for Tricolor. Sultai Devotee and a Scoured Baron. Just gonna go ahead and sleeve this one up. Pack number 13. I got our little spirit token. Looks like we can pull the backs. Oh, okay, well here's the Voice of Victory that I was talking about earlier with the new token decks. So your opponents can't cast spells during your turn, which is really great, so they can't react to all your mobilized tokens attacking them. And it also has Mobilize 2 on it, so you pay 2 for a 1/3 that spawns 1/1s that you can use. This is going to be a very used card, I believe, even in just control decks. Very nice not being able to be responded to on your turn. Very cool that this is a rare. Great pickup here. This is probably the foil card from the pack, I'm assuming. So there should still be a rare in the pack. I might just start going through the bulk and just hitting the rares, making this go a little faster. I don't really want to make a 2-hour video. Okay, we got Nanofenza. Let's try that. Let's start speeding up a little bit. I believe this is 14. So I'm just going to start getting rid of the bulk. It looks like I've kind of figured out how to do it. You put the treasure token down, and then you just take the back card, which is always going to be a common, it looks like. And then you get this is your foil, and then this is your rare. So we're just going to go ahead and start doing that. So we got a Sidzi. I'm going to move these common foils to bulk. Go for pack 15. If I see anything crazy, I will still mention it, but otherwise we're just going to keep moving along here. So this should be the regular common card. This should be the foil card in the pack. And then this should be the rare. So we got a Winter Night Stories, pack 15. Very cool. I will run through the bulk cards later just to make sure I didn't miss anything, but so far it looks like that's going to work out pretty well. Pack 16. And we got our treasure token. Should be our common. Should be our foil. And we should be our rare. Oh, cool. We got an alternate art, Stillness in Motion. Fun. Great card to pull. Oh, I might have to go through the bulk after all. Maybe I'll make a video just running through the bulk to make sure. Looks like I got another alternate art there. Got the Kiru Goldkeeper. Okay, just making sure it wasn't going to get too crazy. Maybe I will just go through the packs. Mistake learned. So I'll go ahead and sleeve this up. And I will put the rest in the bulk here. Pack 17. Maybe I'll just run through the bulk of the front so I don't miss anything on this one. So it looks like instead of a token, I got another one of these full art cards. And we should just be able to get through the bulk here. Okay, we got a Magmatic Hellkite. Very cool. Destroys non-basic lands, lets them search for a basic land, put it back into play with a stun counter on it. So they do get a land back, but they can't use it the turn it comes in. So that's at least a pretty fair trade. 4 for a 4/5 flyer with land destruction. That's pretty good. I think that's going to end up being used quite a bit. Including in stompy decks that are really just trying to push through. There's probably going to be lands that are slowing people down. Pack 18. Getting a whole bunch of pulls here. It would be cool to get like an Ugin or an Elspeth though, just to add to the collection to knock them off the list. Guess we'll see what we get here. Got me a dragon token. Okay, we got the Inevitable Defeat. Spell can't be countered. Exiles an on-land permanent. Its controller loses 3 and you gain 3. Not bad at all. Kind of neat how they give you a token in every pack. Eventually, I guess you'd build up on them pretty quick here. Pack 19. Starting to fly through them a little quicker now that we know how the pack order goes. Got our token. Got our bulk on the front all the way to the last 3 or 4 cards. Oh, there we go. There's our Ugin, Eye of the Storms I was talking about. This card is going to be in a lot of decks. He's a colorless planeswalker. Has crazy good abilities. Doubles tokens everywhere you go. Gain 3 life, draw a card. Add 3 mana for 0. So you can just add 3. And then you can search your library for all kinds of colorless permanents and put them into play. But just as a base ability, he exiles a permanent. That's 1 or more colors. And then you exile another permanent every time you cast a colorless spell. So this guy's going to end up being really neat in this format. And he's going to be around for quite some time. So definitely keep an eye out for Ugin. Alright, pack number 20. There we got a Thunder of Unity, another one of the new Saga cards. And it looks like we got an uncommon foil there for our foil. Pack 21. Like I said, I do have a TikTok and I have a YouTube channel going right now. I plan on putting the short form videos on TikTok, so every pack will have its own little video, just so people can randomly scroll through them and burn through them real quick. And then I'm also going to have a YouTube video where I do the whole box in one video. So if you're more interested in watching the full box videos, go on YouTube. If you just like the single packs on TikTok, then go watch them on TikTok. And I'm trying to keep them around a minute, but I talk sometimes too much, so a couple of them do go a little bit over, but that's fine. Okay, we got the Flamehold Grappler. Lightfoot technique's pretty cool. 1/1 flying and indestructible. That's definitely going to be a little trick card you can play, including from white. There's a lot of removal in this set, which is kind of neat. A lot of sets lack removal, and including in colors like green or pretty much green, but there's a lot of removal spells for every color now. New fight cards for green, all sorts of fun stuff. So that's definitely going to add to the format in a way that it normally wouldn't. Okay, we are going to go to the next pack. I believe this is pack 22. Treasure token, very neat. Like those. Ooh, I see that land coming up. That's cool. Okay, we got a Naga Flesh Crafter. Those are going to be neat. And I love these new triple tap lands. So to get them foiled like this is going to be very cool. That's Mardu right there for the clan. Going to be really cool colors to play. So I'm definitely going to put that one off to the side. I'll end up just going through these eventually. Naga Flesh Crafter, pretty decent. Well, I know this isn't a rare, but this will probably end up getting used somewhere. Pack number 23. Get through the bulk here. Again, we got a Sagu Wildling, alternate art. Awesome. Love the alternate arts, including since they're not always rare. Got a Severance Priest and a Corroding Dragonstorm foil. Alright, I pulled the Ugin. It'd be really cool to pull the Elspeth. I know that's a lot for one box, but I guess we'll see what we get. I believe this is pack 24. We have an all-out assault and a ringing strike mastery foil. Pack number 25. Looks like we got a Herd Heirloom. These are going to be neat. Green card that lets you add any color mana just to cast creature spells. It's going to be very fun. It's also going to help you ramp a little bit. If you use a lot of multicolored creatures in your decks, you'll start seeing bigger creatures. Plus the power right here is pretty good. Creature with power 4 greater against trample, and whenever it deals damage you draw a card. So it's going to give you card advantage, it's going to give you mana, and it's cheap and considered an artifact, so it'll definitely be used in a couple ways here. Very cool card to splash, including if you're playing green. Not sure it's going to be so great in standard. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I haven't looked into the new standard decks too much right now. I built one mobilized deck to play on MTG Arena, and that's about it. All right, pack 26. All right, looks like we got a Nature's Rhythm and a double rare pack. We not only got the Nature's Rhythm, but we also got the Aethan Road Watcher. So very cool. Got our foil cards here in the back. That was actually a pretty stacked pack. Can't complain about that. Pack 27. I might have to pull out some more penny sleeves here for the rares, but that's not going to be a problem. Got a little monk token. Here we got the Great Arson City. That's going to be our new black tap land. Very cool. Definitely excited to have the lands. Those are normally one of the most used things in every set, including those triple tap lands and the new abilities. Just pulling out a couple more card sleeves here just to protect everything until I get stuff sorted and moved into actual binders. I like to make sure stuff stays in pretty good condition. That way if somebody needs it or I end up selling stuff that I don't use, they're in good condition for the next person. Ooh, doesn't open all the way. Alright, this is pack 28. Got ourselves a little dragon token. And we got a Thunder of Unity alternate art. Pretty cool. Love the new art cards. That's one of the new Saga cards from Mardu. Great pull. Got 2 more packs. Let's see if we can pull an Elspeth. I highly doubt it. I already got the Ugin. I don't know if there's a certain amount of cards like that you can pull per box, but very happy with the Ugin. He's going to be a great pull. He's going to be using a lot of decks. Definitely going to reduce the amount of stuff that I got to buy to get the play sets here. So it's been a great box opening so far. I can't complain. This is one of the coolest sets they've released. I've had a lot of fun playing drafts on Magic the Gathering Arena. Been doing pretty good on there. Love the multicolor too. Keeps it very interesting. Okay, got a Sage of the Skies. When you cast the spell, if you cast another spell this turn, copy the spell. So cast something, cast this guy, and you get 2/2/3 flying lifelinks for 3 mana. Actually, really neat. I'm curious to see if that gets used in any white stompy decks or monocolor. Guess we'll have to see what happens. Not really sure what this set's going to do to the format. I'm sure most of the decks aren't going to change too much, but we will see. I'm sure they're going to add some flavor that hasn't been around for a while. And last pack, everybody. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. Like I said, I am on TikTok and on YouTube, so if you go like and subscribe to those videos, that'd be greatly helpful to get this channel moving a little bit. Also, leave some comments if there's certain games or sports or sets or anything you want to see like that. Let me know and I'll see what I can do, because I definitely would like to do more openings in the future here. My kid is involved in a lot of the sports stuff. He's very heavy into sports collecting, so I do let him on the channel for a lot of those videos. But the collectible card games is pretty much just me right now. But we'll see in the future. He might end up changing his mind. And the last rare we get is the Eshkai Dragon Claw. Or did we get 2? Oh, we got another one too. We also got a New Way Forward. It looks like we got a double rare for the last pack. Can't beat that kind of luck. No complaints from me here. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate you sticking around, liking and subscribing to the videos. And alright, just a final look at all the pulls from the set. As you guys can see, you actually get quite a bit from the play booster boxes. So if anyone's wondering what the difference between the collector's sets and the play boosters are as far as getting play sets, you definitely want to go for the plays. You'll get a lot of the cards you need at much cheaper prices. The only big difference is the collector boxes have cards that are serialized. There's only 500 though, so you're probably not getting one. And also they have a lot more alternate arts. Like they have the full arts of Ugin, and they have a lot more cards like this. They're pretty much guaranteed. You get like 3 or 4 in a pack. Plus there's cards you can only get called Ghost Fire holographics, and I think there's just regular holographics of the alternate arts of stuff like this Ugin. So there's a couple very high value cards in the collector packs, but as far as value, I mean, these play boxes aren't that bad, including if you're still trying to build your set. You know, building your set with a whole bunch of $300 collector cards isn't the best bet, but this set, incredible cards, lots of stuff that's probably going to change multiple formats. The new Omens, I don't know if they've had Omens before, but Omens are definitely in this set. They have the double-sided cards like this dragon. If you're just watching this video, haven't seen it before, there's dragons that are full size like this, and if you get the full art card that looks like this, there's one for each color, plus there's an Ugin, and there's a couple other dragons. If you flip to the back, there's actually the baby dragon on the back. So very cool, same card, just different art. So there's a lot of really cool stuff in this set, a lot of value. Highly recommend buying this set. If you get a chance to draft it, please draft it. It's very fun. The set's got so many multicolored cards and so many different combinations you can play. It actually makes it way more fun than just a regular draft where you're forced into 1 or 2 colors. So glad to see the multicolored stuff coming back. again, thanks for watching. This is going to be my last video for this box. If you'd like to see more, like and subscribe. I also do sports, I do Pokemon, I do a lot of other games too, but my big focus is on Magic, sports. I'll get back into Pokemon a little bit once the prices stop being so crazy, but thanks again. Have a good night. Bye.